am wondering why those have not been prioritized. Where is the bill on 24-hour economy? The Minister of Interior has not come here with a bill to introduce reforms under the various agencies under his ministry. Or he comes under certificate of agency, holiday, stay at home, don't go to work. This is the agency.
As part of the new law, government is seeking to introduce an extra holiday for Muslims named as Shak Day, which will be observed a day after Eid al-Fitr.
Yes, Dr. Nkrumah played his role. Every Ghanaian is so grateful. And so are men like Akwaje, JB Dankwa, Oforiata, and the rest. They also played a role. Are we going to come back to this chamber when the tables turn to change the day again?
The law provides that when a holiday falls on a Tuesday, a Wednesday or a Thursday, the president may use an executive instrument to move that holiday to the Friday of the same week.
If a holiday falls in the middle of the week, that is Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday, it should be observed on a Friday. If it falls on Saturday and Sunday, it should be observed on Monday, so that there will be some certainty, and that gives us longevity in the weekend. That will enhance our tourism industry and the Creative Act.
Once assented into law by the president, Ghana will have 14 recognized public holidays with only one commemorative day. Christian Yale, TV3 News, Parliament.
Let's still stay in Parliament as the Committee on Human Rights has charged the Police Service and the Attorney General and Minister for Justice to expedite action and prosecute persons involved in the abuse of a 12-year-old boy who was alleged to have stolen money. Chairman of the committee, Ernest Yaw-Enim, in an interview with TV3, condemned the act and promised to monitor developments to its logical conclusion. Take a listen.
The 12-year-old boy in the Western region was hanged and subjected to severe beatings for an alleged crime of theft. This Parliament's Committee on Human Rights has condemned, with the chairman Ernest Yaw-Enim calling for the need to protect the rights of children.
Article 28 talks about the rights of children, and you go further to 28.3, where it talks about a child shall not be subjected to any inhumane treatment, that is punishment, that is cruel and all that. And for such a young boy, irrespective of the crime that he committed, this is not the right way to punish a young boy who falls under the age of 18. The kind of torture this young boy went through, you could see from the video, he was weeping and crying, and you could see adults watching on and just looking on while this boy was being subjected to this inhumane punishment.
He said the inhumane act must not be allowed to go free.
We have called on the Ghana Police Service to expedite action on this case, on the arrest of these two kids, and we are also calling on the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice to also expedite action. Let's make sure these two adults are prosecuted. The laws of Ghana works.
Meanwhile, the committee has been discussing child rights issues at a two-day workshop.
We'll come up with an action plan on what Ghana should be able to do in the implementation of all the recommendations that were supported during the last United Nations Human Rights Council meeting. It was at that level that Ghana supported over 265 recommendations.
Chief of Social Policy at UNICEF, Paulina Savilani, said there is a pushback of children's rights due to economic hardships, climate change and poverty.
It would be really further work to be done to ensure that maternal and child mortality is really eradicated. Ghana has done really good improvement in access to education, but the learning is still a challenge. So it really is something that we should work together with the Ministry of Education, also to ensure that, for example, the pre-primary and primary school are also prioritized.
She lamented 94% of Ghanaian children experience some form of violence, either physical, emotional or psychological, and urged MPs to track how public funds are spent to ensure better results for children. The First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Bernard Ahiafo, said Parliament has made efforts through some of its policies and activities in promoting human rights and will continue to monitor to ensure persons' rights are respected.
the Parliament of Ghana has made meaningful efforts to support this process by strengthening its work on human rights and justice through both legislative and oversight functions. These efforts are reflected in a range of practical strategies.
Well, away from Parliament, there is growing concern among students and the general public following a resurgence of COVID-19 cases at the University of Ghana campus. The university's Health Services Directorate has confirmed several suspected and confirmed cases, prompting call for urgent containment. While health authorities are urging calm, they advise strict adherence to safety protocols. Deborah Abba-Mensah has more in this report.
It's back in the headlines, COVID-19, and this time the spotlight is on Ghana's premier university. On the campus of the University of Ghana, worry is creeping in. Students and the public are raising red flags over what they describe as a concerning resurgence of the coronavirus, with confirmed and suspected cases reported in recent days.
I hope it's nothing serious. I hope they can get it solved quick because I don't want to go back into quarantine.
When COVID came, you see how we were restricted on certain activities and the other hand. So that is my only concern right now. So the issue is that if it comes out that what they are saying is very true and it is rampant on campus, all activities are going to be held, like put on hold and other stuff.
We don't know what to do currently. We are just hoping to see how things are going to be done about it. Yes, that's what we say.
The Health Services Directorate of the university has issued a statement confirming the resurgence. In response, university authorities are urging all students, staff and visitors to remain vigilant and strictly observe preventive measures including regular hand washing, mask wearing in crowded spaces, and avoiding unnecessary gatherings. In the meantime, all communication regarding the situation has been directed to the Greater Accra Regional Health Directorate. Meanwhile, the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health is asking the public not to panic. The committee says the situation does not yet warrant alarm, but advises citizens to return to basic COVID-19 safety practices.
I'm not surprised at all at it. I don't think COVID ever left. COVID is with us. COVID became, many people got used to it. What was circulating were mild forms and therefore perhaps was not having any clinical effects. But remember, there's still that section of the population that is at risk. Rather than panicking and being afraid, we should know that we beat it with some protocols. And if we adhere to the same protocols, whenever it comes up, we will beat it again.
The university community is hoping for swift action and transparency to prevent a potential outbreak. For many, the fear is not just about health, it's about the possible disruption to academic life.
I'm really concerned because corona coming back again, it's like, wow, are we also going to get infected? What is the school doing about it? Are the people quarantined or something? Yeah, I've been thinking about it lately actually. And I just hope that they are putting in measures that will help us.
We are afraid of lockdown. We just came to level 100 and when lockdown comes, we are going to stay back home and we won't get anything to learn. That's why we are concerned about it. So the institution needs to do something about it.
For now, the University of Ghana remains open, but how it responds to this resurgence may determine whether classrooms will remain active or not.
And now President John Dramani Mahama has asked world leaders to consider the cost of B-2 bombers recently used in attacking nuclear plants in Iran and rather invest in saving children through immunization. Speaking at the Global Health Summit and Prosperity Summit in Brussels, the president, who doubles as a Gavi Alliance ambassador, says $9 billion is required to tackle childhood killer diseases. He urges world leaders to either buy B-2 bombers or invest in Gavi to save 500 million children. Take a listen to the president.
In the interest of time, let me proceed on established protocol. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for me, the issue of vaccines is deeply personal. And that is because when I was growing up, one of my younger brothers was affected by polio. He was crippled. He lived with the stigma of his disability for many years. And eventually he was driven into depression and became an alcoholic. And he died from alcohol poisoning. I'm to look after the 2 children he left behind. And so I understand what life-saving vaccines are. The rest of us who grew up healthy and are here today were the lucky ones. And we grew up in a period where access to vaccines was close to zero in our part of Africa. Today, Gavi has changed all that and giving hope to millions of children. Across the world, many children are growing up to become responsible citizens of their communities because their lives were saved by Gavi's immunization. In Ghana, we're proud to be partners with Gavi, and I'm proud to say that in partnership with Gavi, Ghana has achieved 97% immunization coverage. But it means that another 3% is missing. And we're working hard to find those 65,000 children who are in remote areas that are difficult to reach. And I know that working with Gavi, we will be able to find those children and also give them the life-saving vaccines. Ghana is a lower middle income country, and so our partnership with Gavi is one of co-finance. And I'm proud to say that over the recent years, we've spent almost $67 million on vaccines in partnership with Gavi. One of my first decisions as president was to uncap our national health insurance. The previous government had put a cap on the statutory fund of the national health insurance. So excess funding above a certain percentage of the budget went back into the consolidated fund. By uncapping the national health insurance, we've been able to give the insurance fund more than 3.5 billion cedis more. And so this has enabled the health insurance fund that puts up the funding for our partnership with Gavi to be able to front load $20 million for our co-finance partnership with Gavi this year. So on behalf of the children, I want to say thank you to Gavi. We are hoping that we'll fast track our weaning of Gavi by 2030. We're supposed to go off Gavi funding by 2030. And it's my expectation that we'll work hard to be like Indonesia and in future become a donor country to Gavi.
Well, you can get more updates on this very summit when you log on to our website. We're also active on Facebook, TV3 Ghana, and just get updated on this very summit currently taking place in Brussels. As part of its 60th anniversary celebrations, the Agricultural Development Bank, ADB, has chosen to partner with Media General, praising the media group's inconsistency, innovation, and commitment to impactful storytelling. The bank says the collaboration aligns with a renewed focus on excellence, digital transformation, and customer-centered service.
Marking 60 years of service, ADB is setting its sights on future with a strong promise of innovation, improved customer experience, and competitive performance. The bank's managing director says Media General was chosen as a strategic partner due to its bold shift from traditional to modern media, consistently delivering content that connects with Ghanaians. ADB is launching the new Service Excellence Charter to ensure every customer, both existing and potential, experience a clear difference in how the bank serves. Managing Director of ADB, Edward Atosapon, stated the relevance of this partnership.
Media General, because we looked at the various landscape, and in our thinking, they have the widest reach. They have all the platforms that we are looking for, whether it's English speaking, whether it's free speaking. They are on all the channels, whether it's digital, whether it's analog. So we thought that the right place to go is Media General. And more importantly, we are here because of their consistency in delivering programs and content that resonates with the people. I think that they've been courageous enough to move to shift from the old to the new, and they are doing excellently well. And I think the conviction with which they execute their programs are things that we associate with. That is why we think that the right place to be is Media General.
He also added that a key part of the bank's development is digital transformation, expanding ATMs, post terminals, and mobile banking platforms to meet the needs of today's fast-paced world.
We are guaranteeing them excellence. We have just launched our service excellence charter to ensure that customers who walk into any ADB branch or are customers of ADB branch, whether existing or potential, see a difference in terms of service. We are also about launching our digital transformation program. That is basically to move the bank from the brick and mortar into their palm, so that on your mobile phone you can be able to do whatever you want to do on your mobile phone. We are expanding our digital reach, so our ATMs, our point of sales channels and all of that are being expanded. We are changing our culture in terms of the way we do things, moving from a typical agric-oriented bank to a truly universal bank.
With its goal of becoming one of Ghana's top 3 banks in the next 3 years, ADB is inviting the public to rediscover the bank, promising to exceed expectations and deliver lasting value.
Well, and that's how we end the morning news. For more news updates, you'd want to log on to our website, it's 3news.com. Thanks for watching. In a world where you can be anything, just be kind. It costs nothing to be kind. Roland is looking dapper already. Who'll join you after the break. Good morning.